Moving to Rhode Island? In today's video, we're gonna talk about the up-and-coming towns here in Southern Rhode Island. Now in today's video, we're not gonna talk about the northern towns, but southern towns where we feel the most appreciation is happening and areas where your money will go the furthest. If this is your first time to the channel and you wanna know everything there is about living in Rhode Island, subscribe below, tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Rhode Island. My name is Devin and my team and I, we get calls and texts every single day from people like you, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email so we can help you make a smooth transition here to Rhode Island. Let's check out the first town. So the first town that we are highlighting in the southern towns today is gonna be Warren, Rhode Island. Now Warren is gonna be the most northern southern town that we'll be highlighting today. Its population size is just over 11,000. And the average value of a home in Warren right now is $492,000 according to Zillow, and that is up 12.3% from the previous year. Now, what I love about Warren is depending on where you buy, it does have a small town feel, but certain places are walkable to downtown. Downtown has really grown over the last 5 years with shops and restaurants, and they have a lot of great options. So Warren is a place where your money may go much further compared to areas like Newport or Portsmouth or Middletown. So Warren is definitely a town you want to have on your list. If you're looking for a highlight of Warren, we did a tour of Warren and you can find that in the link above where you can get a really good understanding and feel of what Warren is like. The next town that we are highlighting today is going to be Bristol, Rhode Island, which is just below Warren. Now, the population size of Bristol is about 22,000, and the average value of a home is $555,000 according to Zillow. This is up 10% from last year. Now, Bristol, I call Bristol mini Newport because it has all of the elements that Newport has. It has Hope Street, which is pretty much like Thames Street, where much smaller though, but it has restaurants and it has shops, and there's a ton of waterfront that people can walk to, especially if you're in the historic district of Bristol. Bristol is gonna be a little less sleepy than Warren throughout the winter. There's more of a community there. You'll find coffee shops and, like I said, restaurants and places to shop. And they have a more thriving economy year round. There's new breweries coming in there. So Bristol has a lot of opportunity to be able to grow and see the appreciation that we've seen year after year for the past couple of years. Now, one thing that I will say about Bristol that you have to keep in mind is there's basically 2 roads in and out. So in the summer, it can get a little busy. Now, Bristol is really, really well known for their 4th of July parade. They have one of the largest parades in the country when it comes to the 4th of July. Even if you go down Hope Street, they literally have the street painted as the American flag with red, white, and blue on the stripes of the line. So a lot of passion and a lot of love for the country here in Bristol. And it's easy to get to Newport. You're probably about 30 minutes from Newport, maybe 40 minutes in the summer. And then getting to Providence is not bad. You're probably about 30 minutes from Providence from Bristol. So you'll find a lot of people who are working in the northern end will buy property in Bristol because their money goes a lot further, but they can get to the southern end and the northern end pretty quickly. So that is a quick highlight of Bristol, a great area, up and coming, poised, I believe, to be the next little mini Newport, as I call it. If you're looking for a tour of Bristol and want more information on Bristol, you can find that video in the top corner right here. The third town that we are highlighting is Tiverton, Rhode Island. Now, Tiverton is right below Bristol and above Aquidneck Island. Now, what makes up Aquidneck Island? Newport, Middletown, and Portsmouth. So this is just above Aquidneck Island, just below Bristol. Now, Tiverton has been a really interesting market over the years. Their population size is roughly 16,000, and their average home value is $494,000. This is up 6% from last year, according to Zillow at this point. Now, there's a lot of great things about Tiverton. There's some things that I will mention that may be negatives for you. Now, what people love about Tiverton is I call Tiverton basically Vermont, it feels like. You have this rural setting with rolling hills and rocks. It's just next to Little Compton. It's a much more affordable Little Compton when you compared to Little Compton. If you go to Little Compton, the homes are gonna be double what you'll find in Tiverton, but the setting is very much the same. So if you're somebody who loves privacy, loves their space, Tiverton's gonna be a great market for you. And also your money in Tiverton is gonna go much further than even Warren or Bristol. So Tiverton is on the rise because what's happening is because Newport, Middletown, and Portsmouth are getting so expensive that people are moving to Tiverton so that they can get more land, more privacy, and be able to enjoy their home versus being on top of each other compared to maybe some of the other towns that you could potentially be purchasing in. Now, the negative to Tiverton for most people is gonna be there's really no town. There's four corners where you have Groundswell, and that's kind of all that exists in Tiverton, right? So if you're somebody who needs a little more action, a little more restaurants to go to, different shopping to do, have more energy, more social kind of elements with what you're looking for, Tiverton may not be the best market for you because it is very quiet, especially in the wintertime. But again, it's gaining momentum, it's gaining popularity, and Tiverton is a market that I've been keeping an eye on for the last couple years and seeing the growth there. So if you're somebody who likes their money to go further when purchasing a home and you like privacy, Tiverton is a great market to consider. If you're somebody who needs more action, if you'd like to be in more social settings, then Tiverton may not be as great for you. But the nice thing about Tiverton, again, getting up to Boston or the northern side of Rhode Island, very easy. You go up Route 24, you can go to Boston within an hour and 30 minutes. You can get to Providence within 25 minutes. You're gonna be about 20 to 25 minutes from Newport, 15 minutes from Middletown, and about 10 minutes from Portsmouth. So very centrally located for you to go to the northern or southern end of Rhode Island. If you're looking for more information on Tiverton, we did a video on that too as well. You can find it in the top corner of the screen. The last and final town that we'll be highlighting today is Charlestown, Rhode Island. Now, this has a population size of roughly 8,000, and the average home value of $657,000. This is up 10% from last year, according to Zillow. Now, one thing about Charlestown, Rhode Island is this is gonna be heavy New York, heavy Connecticut influence because it's one of the closest towns that you will hit coming from New York or Connecticut. Now, I will say if you're somebody who's looking for a beach home or an investment property, Charlestown, Rhode Island may be a great spot for you because they have some of the best beaches in Rhode Island, in my opinion. Block Island, I think, still has the best, but Charlestown has beautiful beaches. So you'll find a lot of people buying second homes or investment properties in Charlestown. And one thing to keep in mind is you want to be south of Route 1. North of Route 1 is not great for investments. That's better for primary residence. South of Route 1 is where you'll find all the beach bungalows and also waterfront properties. Now, things that people love about Charlestown, especially if you're buying an investment or if it's a primary residence, is the beaches and it's quiet. It's really quiet throughout the winter. It can also be a negative for people, but in the summer, you have all the action going on down there. You have the beaches. So if you're somebody who likes a slower pace but wants access to some great beaches, Charlestown, Rhode Island may be a really good fit for you. Now, if you're somebody kind of similar to Tiverton who needs more action, more social elements, more restaurants, more shopping, Charlestown, again, is not going to be a great market because it's much slower in the wintertime. Summertime is where it's really, really elevated because, again, coming back to the beaches, people love going here for the beaches. Now, the price points really shift over here because you have waterfront properties, you have properties that are north of Route 1. So that's what's skewing this up a lot for the average value of a home, is that you get some waterfront properties that are very expensive. So this is a beautiful area. If you're looking for more information on Charlestown, Rhode Island, you guessed it, we did a video on that. You can find it right above. Thanks for joining us on the up and coming towns here in Rhode Island on the southern side. Now, I know for the viewers, some of you are gonna say, well, why didn't you do the northern side? We will do the northern side. Put in the comments below what you think are the most up and coming towns on the northern side of Rhode Island. Again, if you're looking for any more information on these towns or any other areas in Rhode Island, all of my contact information is below.